you had a lovely and relaxing night and you're looking forward for this new wonderful day we can share in a special kind of way together. And let's say thank you to Admirals that we can do this every morning, Monday to Friday, right before the markets open. So we are prepared for this day. Thanks for your precious lifetime you share with me every morning. I appreciate it very much. So we stream this show on YouTube at the same time. You will find a button in the right corner on YouTube. You can subscribe the channel so you will never miss an episode. If you want, this is the announcement that I can support you a little bit more and closer and better. If you want that I analyze your charts, you can send the charts to me by email, or to Admirals, by the way, or you can leave a comment below this video afterwards on YouTube with the product, the entry, exit, maybe some ideas, what you thought about this trade, and then I can analyze that as long as I find them on MetaTrader 5 also. Okay, so let me share my screen with you so we can start. Just a moment. This and this. So that's my chat. Wonderful. Good morning to Mladen, Pitya. Good morning. Tina also. And here, welcome on YouTube. Afshin, good morning. Anka, nice to have you here. Thomas also, and Janish, wonderful. Good morning. Okay, so the top news this morning. Ericsson first quarter net profit, missed views on delayed contract, Russia provision. Then Bank of Korea raises rate for fourth time in a row. And Singapore Central Bank tightens policy for the third time in a row. And of course, yesterday, US crude oil inventories climbed by 9.4 million barrels. And the US and their allies' oil releases will help balance lost Russia supplies, IEA says. So that's the top news. What do we expect today on upcoming events? Today we have, that's already over, the labor force. It's almost hit the previous and the forecasts. So, and the big announcement today, the biggest or the most important topic today is the ECB interest rate announcement at 1:45 German time. And afterwards, we have at 2:30, the advanced monthly sales for retail and food, and then the monthly survey of manufacturing from Canada. And at 2:30 also the US weekly export sales and Canada too, wholesale trade, and then the gas storage report. So that's really, really a lot of numbers today. So be prepared about dollar, gold, indices, and of course the Euro USD. And about the Euro USD, we want to have a closer look about the interest rate announcement. Janusz, wonderful. Good morning. We started already. Okay, please be aware about the risk note on the bottom of this slide. CFDs are complex instruments and come with a high risk of losing money due the leverage. So you should be aware that you are responsible for your own trades, by the way. In case you should never miss any kind of interesting news, then it's a good idea, in case you have Telegram and you use Telegram, to follow the channel on the Admirals. Now we have 761 subscribers there, and you see a lot of interesting content, and you don't miss a link for the morning briefing show or for our other webinars around Admirals. By the way, you will find the link now in YouTube and of course in Zoom also. Yeah, in case you are more fan on Twitter, then you can follow Admirals Global on Twitter too, and me also on DayTrader70. If you're interested in logical trading and logical thinking, then I want to invite you to my homepage. It's dowhow-trading.com. Of course, it's in English. And the course, the logic course, is in English also available, so you can dive in deeper. And if you want to have some interesting comments from students, then you see we have 5 stars, and you can see the proven expert comments there. On the lower side, you will find a lot of content there. So thank you very much for your attention. And now let's come to our trades. And first of all, we see that the DAX were circling around days here in the red zone. But finally, this morning, or since yesterday, we come closer and closer to the point of control. Very interesting. So where were your chance to have a benefit of this if you trade in 10 minutes? Yeah, first of all, we could see, interestingly, the main trend, the downtrend, the red one, were continuing to with a breakthrough the last 0.2. So in case you used, for example, an entry, maybe here, when the price was in the correction and changed the color, you went in here, you could have a very interesting possibility to make a partial profit, take half there, trail the stop into the profit because you are in the fair price zone. There's always a good idea to have a closer stop loss management, and then you had a wonderful trend. So on the right side of the chart, now we have new trends, and there you had a great chance to use it. So that was the first trend arm with move and correction. Then you get the next trend arm. It's here, and here you had your chance last night or yesterday. So it was yesterday evening. Here was your wonderful chance to open a trade with a stop loss below the last 0.3 where you calculated your money. Worst case, the stop loss, the first stop loss, the initial stop loss is always at the last 0.3, and there you should calculate your money because you can never know what happens next. But the stop loss is just a crazy stop loss. It's just a catastrophic stop loss in case you're not in front of the screens. You are busy with other things and something happened, and then you are out. But if you manage your trade and you can see it's working for you, it's not working for you, then you can manage your trade differently. So, and now then, okay, that was just here. We saw the trend continuation here right now. Then the next correction, lovely. And with this new one here, you had a next wonderful trend. So it was able to trail the stop loss to the last 0.3. And if you understand, then is this now the next one. And now we are trying to continue the trend. But however, if you went in here, then your current stop loss is right here, which means you cannot lose money. And you see, it's so simple, the system, but trade management, that's the challenging thing in trading. The system, the entry system is really easy because if you learn how to draw the trend, if you work with logic, then you know what you have to do. And by the way, logical thinking helps you to control your thoughts. Normally, I used to say to my students, you have to act in trading like a robot. Okay, we are not robots, of course not. We have feelings, we have emotions, but the problem is that emotions are influencing us in our trading, and this has to stop. So how? To learn how to control your thoughts, you have to understand where emotions come from. So that's scientific proven, by the way. I love science, of course, because emotions are starting with a thought, because first comes the thought and then the emotion. So why do we act emotionally? Because we don't understand. You know, you can compare it if you have a fight with your beloved ones. What's the most used sentence? Heaven's sake, I cannot understand you. I don't understand what you want from me. You hear this? You understand, you know? So not understanding leads to emotional acting. But the moment you understand by explaining, by arguing, something like this, it does not mean that you totally agree with the opposite part, but you understand. And I guess you made this experience if you listen to yourself, and if you have a fight or something, you have an argument, something like this, and then someone is explaining to you in a logical way, then you say, I understand. And at that same moment, your emotions are going down. Most of the times they're going down. Does not mean that you agree, but you don't have that much emotions. And in trading, people fail because I don't understand what happens here. So where is the camera? Where they're watching me? They don't understand, and as a logical consequence, you act in an emotional, surviving way. You try to survive in trading, and that's the human part. I do everything to survive. I bumped the chart, I hit the chart, yeah, I went in and out and something like this. The moment there's someone you can explain what happens there, does not mean that I have to understand that I have to agree with that, what happens here, but then I can control the emotions. We are not robots, we are humans. Yes, I'm angry sometimes too, because it's not happy if you have 2, 3, 4 losses in a row. Or do you think I'm happy that my account is down? Do you think that is funny? No, it's of course not. I'm angry to myself because I made big mistakes last year. So I try to avoid to make the same mistakes in 2022. And you see the account is growing up very slowly, but it's growing up again. So, but you think that's funny? No, of course not. I'm angry with myself. My handwritten diary is full of blaming myself. And I'm also happy if I have a look at my US dollar Japanese yen trade, 1,000 pips in profit. Now, yeah, of course I'm happy. But the point is that a way of logical thinking helps you to control the emotions in that way that they don't lead you to acting in the wrong way. And this is what you have to do. Therefore, logical thinking is so much important, especially for traders. So DAX 10 minutes, DAX I trade in 10 minutes, not I trade. Sometimes if I have time, I do this because I have to follow the law of probabilities. But I personally trade just in 4-hourly chart and daily chart. And sometimes if I have time for a longer time, then I trade in 10 minutes too. But it's because it's absolutely possible, because trend following works in every time frame, because, you know, time frames does not exist at all. So let's come to the top instruments. And our top instruments, we start with Bitcoin. And in Bitcoin, yes, that's the downtrend, but we have 3 trends right now. So you see the main trend is facing downwards, and we made it. Yeah, we had a wonderful profitable trade here. So on the short side, yeah, the correction is running in its own trend. So the best opportunity to shorten here was there. So I missed it, by the way, but it was possible. So now the last correction, now it's running in its own trend too. So which means it could be possible that this is a new trend. So, and if we see a new correction, then we have 2 trends in the same direction. You know, the point of control is up 47,000, round about 441. So which means the next correction with the stabilizing here, then we can go long in Bitcoin again. So let's come to the other trades. And of course, we start with Dow Jones. And in Dow Jones, nothing happened. As you see, we are still circling around the point of control. And to be honest, for us, there's still nothing to do. If we draw it with the trend, then we can see this. One, no, that's not. So 1 and 2. Yes, so 3. Then, of course, there was a kind of break. So, and 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, still in the third trend arm. There was not really a trend continuation here. Still circling around the entry. Yeah, possible entry for short was there. But you see, it's hard to manage because we are circling around the point of control. And actually, for me, I'm standing on a sideline. There is nothing to do for me. So DAX 40 in 4-hourly chart. Yeah, we have a similar situation. We have a downtrend. Downtrend starts here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, close, and 4. So now you know the point of control is much way up on the upper side. So I'm still waiting for a new entry in the 4-hourly chart, because maybe we get a new chance, maybe this and here, and then the next one, it's mine. I'm not sure if this will happen today or this week. I'm not sure, because today we have Easter time this week. We have 2 days off in Germany, in Germany at least, on Friday, tomorrow, and on Monday. So we have 2 days off. So in Germany, we have less liquidity in the next days. So we should be a little bit more careful. And let's see about the ECB rate decision, what happens today. So let's come to gold. And in gold, yes. Be careful, because on the right side, a point of control is much way down. And we have the downtrend is this one. So, and you see there was no trend continuation, which means we are still here in a big correction. So, and the leading trend, the main trend is facing downwards. The leading trend is this one: move, correction, and move, and and correction, and the next move here. So which means still in a leading uptrend. So, and I am waiting, if I have the next downtrend, that I have 2 trends in the same direction. I have more sellers on my side, and your point of control is much way down. But if you open a position, maybe in the second trend arm, maybe here, then you're a little bit in profit, and you're working against the point of control. You're working against the main trend. You should be working a little bit closer with your stop loss. Maybe a good idea was to make partial profits when you see there's a kind of weakness there, and maybe trade a stop loss into profit and everything is fine, for example. Or you can say, nah, I'm a trend follower. I have my stop loss at 0.3. Also, if you calculate your money properly, then everything is fine. So finally, about the rate decision today, Euro USD. Let's see. First of all, we were rejected yesterday. I told you, I'm quite sure we'll do it again. So check it out. It's really interesting. Look at this one. Is it cool, right? Exactly point of low, exactly point of low. And I told you, this week, I'm quite sure, of course, I don't have a guarantee. Well, I don't, but I'm quite sure that we will hit this low again. And now you see yesterday with the big balance candle, 3 balance candles in a row, which was a great sign that more buyers come back. The price were rejected exactly at the point of control. And as you can see, that's a point landing. So the point of low is at 108.077. And you can see the low of this big balance candle was exactly the same price. Ladies and gentlemen, Euro USD is the most liquid pair on this planet Earth, or maybe in this universe, the most liquid pair. So what do you think? What does it need to turn the price exactly at a specific price? Do you really still think this is a coincidence? Or do you really think, there was a big support, that was a special line? Really? Then you should go deeper. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you should say goodbye to that illusion. What does it need? What does it require to do exactly this? Yeah, you need volume. And this is the most liquid pair on this planet Earth. Now you understand this is not a coincidence. This is extremely on purpose because you need much volume here. And if you once you understand this, you are feeling more free because you can explain what happens there. Does it care why, or does it matter why? No. It's a coincidence that the line exactly turns there. No. Most of the traders around this planet, they are working with big money. They don't work with charts. They're sitting in hedge funds, they're sitting in offices, they're working for banks and central banks and something like this, and for big players, Goldman Sachs, Merrill Lynch, Deutsche Bank, something like this. They work with huge money and they are connected to each other. Forex traders, currency traders around the planet Earth are connected to each other. They work together. They are the market makers. They know what they do, and they don't know a chart. They know the price levels, and then they know what they have to do, and they turn the price. And you will see it if you learn how to draw the trend properly, then you will see very often how exactly the market works, especially in Forex market. And you can work with this. That's really cool. So it looks like that the Forex traders knows a little bit more about the rate decision today. So let's see what happens today. Yeah, we don't have an uptrend right now. We have to wait if we can work here in Euro USD. So the forecast about the rate decision today is 0. ECB said they don't want to change something yet. The market says you should, because we have maximum high inflation in Europe. You must go up with the rate. But the ECB said, not yet. So let's see if we have a big surprise this afternoon. So maybe it's a good thing you should stay on the sideline today. And then we will see. We don't have a trend for us. So actually, there's nothing to do for the moment. Okay, that's the top instruments. Before we come to the running trades and, of course, your things, we should ask you something. And I have thanks, Nastia. You can read my thoughts, right? Okay. Will the ECB raise the rate? Raise the rate. What do you think? Yes, they must, because of the high inflation. Oh, no, they will not. Or you can say, it doesn't matter to me. So what do you think? Will the ECB raise the rates? What do you think? Yes, they must because of the high inflation. Oh, no, they will not. Or it doesn't matter to me because I understand the logic as a private trader. Okay, that's you make your choice, please. So let's come, and first let me ask your questions. So this is Andre. Welcome here on YouTube. Nice to have you here. If you have any questions, feel free or come back to me with an email or something, what you think. Okay, oil and silver, please, as every morning. Let's see. I guess you want to see crude oil. No, sorry, that's WTI. Yeah, since yesterday, I guess nothing changed. The main trend is still facing downwards, and we are creating here a new trend. And that was interesting because there was a new trend move. Sorry. Yeah. No. That's true. So this one, and that was a changing of the color. Then a possible entry was here, and you could participate from the last increase. So maybe you have an open position oil, but please be careful because the point of control is on the lower side. So seekers want to see, well, was silver. Yeah, silver is in an uptrend too. The main trend is still facing downwards. And this is the uptrend. Yes. So first trend on, second one, entry there, cool. And now we are on a move. Yeah, so entry possible, you should be in here also if you made it right. Okay, so Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Let's do it here. It's simple, it's easy. It's a long running uptrend. Actually, there's nothing to do. Just if you made your perfect entry and if you are trend follower, then you are still in. And as I mentioned a couple of days before, I'm quite sure we'll hit the last high again, and it looks like really, really cool. And Euro New Zealand dollar, it's still an open position. We will talk about right now. But first of all, I want to, from Igoris, his NASDAQ. Of course, NASDAQ in 1 hourly chart. So, by the way, it's a broken downtrend right now, but we don't have an uptrend yet. And it's simple because we're circling around the entry. So the downtrend was broken here, this price. So, and then now, since we have this big move, that was the last point too. So first move, first correction, but actually that's the point too. There is no trend continuation yet. So no trend. And you know, the 4 capitals, NT, NT, no trend, no trade. Yeah. Okay, so let's come to my running trades and then to the proposals. Oh, time is running, Jesus Christ. So first, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. You see that was the big, a good decision to trail the stop loss into profit. You see the short, because still a short, but the main trend is still facing upwards. We are 200 pips in profit right now and price is rising. Let it go. We started a new one in Euro and Australian dollar. Actually, second trend arm, point of control is much way up. So we are a little bit in profit with 60 pips right now. So just let it go. Euro Japanese yen, 777 pips in profit. Let it go. By the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the last days, but I love trend following. I'm not sure if I mentioned it. Okay, Euro New Zealand dollar. Yes, second trend arm also. That was the balance candle. I came a little bit late into, but close before the 0.2. So actually, I'm a little bit in profit right now. And of course, stop loss is the last 0.3. Oh, did I have a stop loss here too? Yes, I have. So, and just let's wait. Let's speculate on a trend continuation. Just let it go. Now, New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, wonderful. So we stopped our long position and we opened the short position, big drop to the lower side. Actually, the downtrend is not broken yet. They hit the last 0.3, that's the purple line, no break. So, but I trailed the stop loss. And actually, I'm a little bit in profit here with a short position. Point of control is on the upper side. That's my point of control here, which means it's here exactly. Yeah. So that's the point of control. And maybe the price will go back and hit it from the lower side again. So, but the trend is continuing and I have to trail my stop loss, by the way. And the last 0.3 for the moment. Yeah, of course. US dollar, Japanese yen. Lovely. I love it. We were about 1,000 pips in profit. So we had a new 0.2 here, which means now we can trail the stop closer here to the last 0.3. I would work with a soft stop there, not with a hard stop. Just give it a chance to spike there. It's a good idea to do this. So, and we had a share in Merck. And of course, don't forget, it's still a trend. So first trend arm. second one. And actually, as you can see, there's no trend continuation, just spikes there. So we are still in a second trend arm, which means yesterday we saw a lovely balance candle, which means I have a big chance to open the trade again, and I will do this after the show. I don't forget it right now. Yeah, so you can do this also. Okay, so just quick some proposals like yesterday. In New Zealand dollar, US dollar, if you open the position at the 0.2, it was fine. The price comes back a little bit right now, which gives me the chance to open a position in the next, if I see a balance candle, then I can do this. Australian dollar, Swiss franc, don't forget, balance candle in a short. It's a corrective trend, but point of control is on the lower side. Don't forget it. British pound, Swiss franc. That was stupid. Damn it. So perfect entry, ladies and gentlemen, was there. Balance candle there. And you were in profit. Damn it. So now you have a trend continuation. I said, I hope, because we talked about it this week. So I hope you did it better than me. You see, it's not a profit. Jesus Christ. Okay. And finally, Australian dollar, US dollar, downtrend. Still second trend arm, just waiting for a rebound, balance candle, and then we can open a position to the lower side. Okay, so will the ECB raise the rates? Yes, they must, because of the high inflation, 36%, exactly the same. No, they will not. 36%, but 28% says it doesn't matter to me. So I would say, it doesn't matter to me. It's my decision, because I don't know what they will do and I don't care about it, because I'm a private trader and I have to follow my rules. But tomorrow we will see what they will do today. I want to say thank you for listening again, and I wish you a lovely day. As always, have courage and be kind. And may the